Welcome back to the channel. Today I've got another 2023 M550i xDrive. This is probably one of the last two that will be on the channel or even be produced for us, I think. Just because we only have two more production months of the current generation G35 series. So again, this one is an individual fashion gray, also known as mode gray. It's a Porsche color, and it's one that goes all the way back to the days of the Porsche 356, and now it's on a lot of cars. Maybe not a lot of cars, but this is a paint to sample color for now for the Porsche family. And of course, here in the individual palette, available to anyone who'd like to get one like this. So we've had fashion gray on the channel before in the form of the M5. I believe it was a 2018, which I first saw at Legends of the Autobahn back then. And I think it was built for a customer at Crevier BMW, and then eventually wound up with us as a used car and purchased by one of our customers. Let's talk about the M550i xDrive in particular. So last model year as mentioned, so the refreshed face of the G30 chassis. Got their standard LED headlights, no lasers in the US, blacked out grille. It's part of the Shadowline package. You can see the Shadowline lights as well. And we do have the 50th anniversary BMW M emblems that allowed a discount of $750 on the paint. You can also see we have the driving assistance professional package. You can see the sensor there in the bottom portion of the center grille there, or center portion of the car. Parking assistance package, which is only available on the M550 or M5. Let's make our way to the side here. So we have the wheels are the style 668s in cerium gray, which I think really complement the fashion gray color. And for a little bit of color contrast, we added the red M Sport calipers and the 50th anniversary BMW M emblems on the center caps as well. Let's take a step back, take in fashion gray. So lighter gray, I think a different shade of gray than say chalk as well. Make our way to the back. You can see we've added the M Performance Carbon Fiber Pro splitter. Sort of like a little bit of a kickback effect here for your M5 Lite, if you want to think the M550 like that. So cerium gray badging, our emblem as well. Really good looking taillights, I think. Basically like a smoked out blackout effect as well. So with the Pro spoiler, you are required to get the spoiler, so we'll show those as we make our way around the vehicle. For whatever reason, BMW requires that to happen. So if you get that Carbon Fiber Pro splitter, you are required to get the splitters up front. Here's your side profile of a very good looking 5 Series. Make our way to the front. You can see a pretty big piece in terms of carbon fiber splitter. It's not too low. Here's your little inlets there as well. So a pretty big piece. It is the most expensive carbon fiber piece that we have on the car. We'll go over the pricing options as we get into the vehicle. So opening up, we have the black Napa leather, and the trim here is the gray poplar wood trim. We have M550i badging on the door sill as well. Some contrast white piping in the seat as well. Really comfortable seat as well. So quilted leather as well. Not perforated, but black Napa leather looks pretty damn good. All right, so inside we have our iDrive 7 Live Cockpit Professional. Then your iDrive 7 screen here, I think it's like 12.2 inches diagonal, so a big improvement over the previous pre-LCI version. Our chunky M Sport steering wheel. driving assistance professional stuff over here on the left-hand side. Heated steering wheel, which is, strangely enough, a separate option on the 5 Series. Not part of a package. Your gray poplar wood trim up here, as well as in the center console. Really old school drive selector these days. So imagine with the G60 chassis, this goes away, you get the drive selector nub. Then we've got all your controls here, parking assistance button there, which gets you 360 view, top-down view, etc. So I think these are ceramic controls, part of the exec package as well. It's a real nice feel to this one. And basically your ancient climate control buttons here and layout. So really ancient in terms of digital displays here, so all these will be gone. So I understand, I believe the G60 will be, I think, sort of like the premiere of the iDrive 8.5. All right, so let's talk about pricing. So 2023 M550i xDrive sedan starts at $81,500. $4,250 for the paint, another $1,000 for the leather, which is actually, you know, not a bad deal. Driving Assistance Pro, because I think that's the only time you get nap leather. I think the 5 Series is the only one left. So $1,700 for the Driving Assistance Pro package. Shellline package to their $500. $800 for the Parking Assistance package, also includes the drive recorder. $17 for the exec package. So $200 for the heated steering wheel, which I think is really a bad move. This should be part of, say, premium or executive package at the minimum. Shouldn't be a separate option to select. The 20-inch wheels for another $950. The emblems for $200. All those are included. Then we get down to the front splitters for another $26.90, and the spoiler is another $1,005. All told, MSRP of $97,490 for your M5 Lite. If you look up here, so you don't get the full dashboard in leather, so you get a Sensitech dashboard included, which is okay. All right, let's take a look at the back seat as well and continue our tour of the car. All right, so here's the back seat. No M seat belts, unfortunately. All right, so the view from the back seat with the shade open. So I think a really nice cabin, probably a little bit on the dated side compared to the more modern BMW look. That eventually they'll all look sort of like the i7, 7 Series, X7, etc. One thing to note, Bowers & Wilkins sound system is not available on any 5 Series, including the M5. You are stuck with the Harman Kardon, and that's not a separate option for the M550. It will be part of the premium or executive package that includes all of their base-ish 5 Series. So no climate controls in the back either. You just get some venting. But knee room, leg room, really good. I'd say headroom is really good as well. All right, so one final view for the back seat here, what your cabin looks like. All right, we'll do the kick to open. Line yourself up. Nice kick in. Trunk pops open. It is powered as well. So space is really good in the back. You don't have any extra storage underneath the floor here. So a little bit of hideaway space here. Of course, the first aid kit. All right, we do the kick to close, or you can use the buttons to close the trunk as well. But we'll do the hands-free operation. All right, so we're going to pop the hood as well. All right, so pop in the hood. So this is the N63 V8 4.4 liter twin turbo engine, 523 horsepower, 553 torques. So as we understand, the next gen G60 5 Series will not get an M550 or an M560, so the V8 dies with this vehicle for the base 5 Series. So you'd have to step up to the M5 to get a V8 in your 5 Series. Zoom in here, look at the placard. You can see Mode Grau, which is fashion gray. or mode gray. We'll drop the hood here as well. And then we'll take in our lovely 5 Series. So we got one more individual M550 that will appear on the channel. And there's a story behind that one. But that's it for a quick tour around this lovely fashion gray M550. We'll see you at the next video.